I'd like to talk about some books that I recommend that everyone read. I've got 3 here that I'm going to talk really quickly about that I recommend no matter who you are, what your background is, what your job is, what your gender is, any of that. I think these are all really good reads and really useful ones. These are all in the nonfiction-ish genre is what I'll call them. So the first one is The Gift of Fear by Gavin Becker. Now, this book is really interesting. Becker breaks down a lot of real life examples on how intuition is helpful to detect danger before it actually happens. And he goes through it in different contexts like relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, workplace situations. And it's just a really eye-opening book, especially as a female. You know, we're kind of conditioned to not trust our gut feelings about things and about our safety. And Becker really validates what those gut feelings are all about, where they come from, and why we should be relying on them more than we do. The second book that I've got here is The Courage to be Disliked. This is a really famous book, apparently. It's structured as a conversation between a philosophist? Is that the word? And a student, a youth, and they're going back and forth talking about kind of our belief that our past defines us and how we actually can choose how we react, how we live, and who we become despite past traumas, despite pressure from other people, pressure from society. It's just another really eye-opening book. I highly recommend this to anybody, especially those of us who are conditioned in whatever professions we're in or cultures that we're in where we feel like we need to fit into a box or do things to please other people. This book is really freeing, if I can say that. And that's the second one I recommend. And finally, I've got Cues here by Vanessa Van Edwards. So this book is super interesting, especially if you're into stuff like behavioral psychology. It kind of decodes subtle behaviors like tone of voice, posture, eye contact, all that kind of stuff when you're communicating with people, and how these things can break trust and credibility. So it's really helpful if you find yourself in a situation where maybe you work in marketing, or maybe you're a lawyer, or maybe you just want to be able to build more meaningful, better friendships and relationships. Just being able to have the awareness of what your subtle behavioral cues are signaling to other people can be really also eye-opening. I think the theme for today is eye-opening books. So these are the 3 books that I highly recommend to anyone who's looking to just embrace the cold weather, curl up on the couch with a good book, and learn something. Happy reading!